Hey, how's it going everyone? I hope that you are all having an amazing day. In this video we are going to go over the System Override event patch notes. So the Apex Legends dev stream is up on YouTube right now, and I'm going to watch it a little bit later, and I'll be sure to fill you guys in if there's anything interesting that comes out of it. But for this video we are going to jump into the System Override patch notes that were just released for Apex Legends. If this helps you out at all, just be sure to return the favor and help me out a little bit by dropping a like on this video. But other than that, let's jump right into this, starting off with the limited time mode, Deja Loot. Deja Loot is a unique take on the Apex games where random is a dirty word. A glitch in the system has caused all loot to spawn in the same location every single match for the duration of the entire event. Even the plane, path, and circle locations will be fixed for this mode, which will change on a daily basis while the loot locations stay the same for the whole entire event. This is going to feature a new equipment type called the EVO shield, and the first week will be played on World's Edge as well as the second week being played on King's Canyon. So the new EVO shield is going to work like this. When you pick up an EVO shield, it is going to start out weaker than a common body shield. But as you do damage to non-downed players throughout the match, it can become even stronger than an epic body shield. So EVO shields can change color as they progress, but their perpetual distinctive glow is going to help you identify them. Progress also carries over from person to person, so look forward to some interesting late game scenarios coming out with these new EVO shields. Just to start, the EVO shields are going to be exclusive to the Deja Loot game mode, and it's going to spawn in at a higher rate. But after the event, they are going to consider adding the EVO shield to all matches, so be sure to give them your feedback on what you think about the new EVO shields. Also, there is going to be an exclusive event prize track with 2 legendary weapon skins, as well as 24 event limited premium cosmetic available directly through the System Override event packs. So there's going to be 25 cosmetics that come out of the event packs per usual, and the Octane Heirloom set preview is also going to come out of this. So if you unlock all 24 System Override cosmetics during the event, you're going to then unlock that Octane Heirloom as well. Moving on though to some character and meta changes that they did, starting off with Bloodhound. They increased the scan distance for Eye of the Allfather by 3 times. They increased the time to activate from 0.4 seconds to 0.8 seconds, and they increased the duration of the scan from 2 seconds to 3 seconds. So this is a huge buff for Bloodhound. That is a massive area that he should be able to scan now. Sure, it takes twice as long to activate it, but I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. But moving on to Gibraltar, he had his gun shield health reduced from 75 to 50, and I am so thankful for this. Nothing drives me more insane than having to deal 400 damage to a Gibraltar because I have to shoot through his gun shield as well as his gold shield as well as his health. I've always thought that his gun shield was way too overpowered, and finally they're doing something and at least looking into it, especially coming after the buff. But moving on to Crypto, he had an update to where his primary weapons are now going to automatically reload while he's in drone view. Other than that, they did an inventory update, and this is a big one because they changed the base inventory slots from 8 to 10. They made it to where the common backpack expands your inventory to 12 slots, the rare backpack to 14 slots, and the epic backpack to 16 slots. Another thing that they did is they reduced grenade stacks from 2 to 1, and light, heavy, and energy ammo stacks have been reduced from 80 to 60. Syringe and shield cell stacks are reduced from 6 to 4. Also, medkit and shield battery stacks are reduced from 3 to 2. So it really looks like they are trying to reduce the time to kill and the amount of time that you have to heal. So, but moving on to the changes that they made to the Peacekeeper, they reduced the magazine size from 6 to 5. They increased the reload time from 2.5 seconds to 2.65 seconds. They increased the reload time with an empty magazine from 3.5 seconds to 3.6 seconds, and they slightly increased the scale of the blast pattern from 1.6 to 1.7. Another change to a weapon that they made was the Sentinel, and they increased the Sentinel's base damage from 65 to 70, and they also reduced the time it takes to re-chamber the Sentinel from 1.85 seconds to 1.75 seconds. Finally, moving on to some quality of life changes, though there are a couple big ones in here. Starting off with muzzle flash adjustments, which is something that people have been waiting for a long time. They reduced the intensity of the muzzle flash while aiming down the sight for all of the weapons except for shotguns and snipers. Also, they made it to where a red dot has been added to the iron sights for Prowler and L-Star. Iron Sight's dot will stay properly centered during the weapon's sway and bob movements. Another big one for quality of life is heirloom crafting. So they're changing up their heirloom system to make it easier for us to acquire heirlooms that we want. Instead of an entire heirloom set dropping at once, you'll now receive heirloom shards. You can then use those shards to pick the exact heirloom set that you'd like. The shards are going to be given at the same drop rate as the previous system, so after 500 Apex packs, you're going to have enough heirloom shards to obtain one set from the heirloom shop. And don't worry, your existing progress towards the 500 Apex packs will carry over with the Switch, which is great for me because I have yet to get an heirloom, so I'm excited to jump on and see how many shards I've got. But moving on, you need to remember that once a player owns all of the heirloom sets, the player will no longer be eligible to receive more shards until another heirloom set has been added into the game. Finally, we've got bug fixes to go over, and there are a lot of them, so I'm just going to read through them as quickly as possible. Starting off with, they fixed a bug for cases where Bangalore would appear invisible when equipped with certain skins. They fixed a bug for cases where sometimes Revenant's ultimate totem could be destroyed or disabled when placed too close to some geometry. It is now going to be refunded back to the player at full charge when this happens. They also fixed a bug where sometimes players would enter a match with a different character than they selected, and all of the loadouts would be set back to default after that match. They also cleaned up some areas around World's Edge with bad collision or provided ways for players to exploit them. They fixed an exploit near Geyser where players could climb to a spot that provided an unfair advantage. They made a fix for cases where players were able to punch and shoot enemies clipping through doors and other areas with thin geo. They fixed a bug for cases where full auto mode would be disabled when players equipped the Anvil receiver hop up while in single fire mode for either the R301 or Flatline. They fixed a bug for cases where there could be a delay with firing the Havoc after canceling a reload. They also fixed a bug where players could place Gibraltar's dome shield on Crypto's drone, allowing the dome to be mobile while in use. They fixed a bug for cases where players were able to re-roll daily challenges without being charged the legend tokens for re-roll. So, I was not sure if that was a new game mechanic or if it was a bug, but I was definitely able to re-roll my daily challenges for free. Let me know down in the comments if that happened to you, but moving on. They fixed a bug for cases where unlocking new badges would not trigger the red dot notification. They fixed a bug where if players respawned while spectating someone under Revenant's death protection, they would return in that state permanently and be unable to use heal items. They fixed players getting assist credit by using abilities that place status effects. An example, Crypto's drone, Revenant's tactical, on enemies after they are knocked down. There's fixes for cases where the store would show placeholder images when content would be slow to load. They made a fix for cases where audio from Watson's skydive emote would continue to play after she lands, and stability fixes to reduce crashing and script errors, as well as various stability and polished bug fixes for the firing range. So that's all that Apex Legends released in their patch notes for the System Override event. I hope you guys are excited as I am to jump into this event, and I'm not too excited about the Deja loot mode, but Octane is my main character, so him getting an heirloom is sweet. I'm excited to check out some of the cosmetics. I will be dropping another video today going over all of the cosmetics, as well as any interesting information coming out of the Apex Legends dev stream, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and put your notifications on if you want to be notified when that drops. Anyways, that's all from me. I'm out.